the way.
And for the past 5 or 6 years, and we know you have been, you've probably noticed the inverted nature of modern language. Pretty much everything is precisely the opposite of what they claim it is.
1984 doublespeak, ladies and gentlemen. Anti-racism isn't anti-racism. It is, in fact, racism.
So the people who tell you they're defending democracy are promoting authoritarianism, which is not democracy. Then the Black Lives Matter movement winds up killing black people. Who would have seen that coming? Then our public health authorities make the population sicker. And this is our new favorite, the so-called World Economic Forum seems to exist to destroy national economy.
But it's the World Economic Forum, not the World Destroy Economy Forum. Called it like it is.
Not an overstatement. It was the WEF, keep in mind, that told the government of Sri Lanka to give up modern fertilizer. Oh, good plan, guys. Go ahead and try it. Result? The country collapsed and people starved.
By the way, that footage that is playing in B-roll on Tucker's video, those are pissed off, starving Sri Lankans storming the capital, and it flushed out the president or prime minister, whatever it's called, of Sri Lanka. He had to flee the country because these people were so desperate because Sri Lanka had implemented the World Economic Forum's green policy, protect the atmosphere from carbon, therefore no fertilizers, which meant people are going to starve. People start to get really willing to be non-compliant and even overthrow governments when you take away their food.
Then it was the WEF that promoted Sam Bankman-Fried's historic Ponzi, the biggest financial fraud in history. Apparently the savants at the World Economic Forum just couldn't tell that this twitchy, pill-popping kid in cargo shorts who literally played video games during interviews was an utterly transparent scammer. They had no idea.
The World Economic Forum did delete this page off their website.
He was a genius, just like them. And of course, it was the WEF that predicted the COVID lockdowns would, quote, quietly improve cities, not turn them into ominous hellscapes of unemployment, drug addiction, and crime. It seemed like a good plan at the time. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's prevent people from working. That'll make them rich. It'll quietly improve life for everyone.
Let's prevent people from working, leaving their homes, and eating. That'll be good for the environment. Equity, we're going to master the future.
That's the World Economic Forum for you. The WEF is often described as a group of supervillains, but they're also hilariously idiotic.
I love that he points out that they are hilarious, because they, in fact, are hilarious. Thank you, Tucker.
Just evil, buffoonish. And by the way, they know it. They're smart enough to be embarrassed anyway. The WEF has since deleted its tweet about COVID lockdowns. It has memory hold its promotion of scammer Sam Bankman-Fried. It has conveniently forgotten all about its guidance on Sri Lankan fertilizer, on which it turns out the WEF is not an expert. None of that ever happened. The slate is clean. So we're ready for yet another World Economic Forum annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland.
The Totalitarian Olympics, ladies and gentlemen,
is underway right now. The event kicked off this week with 84-year-old Klaus Schwab. He's the founder of the WEF, promising to, quote, master the future.
We couldn't meet at a more challenging time. We are confronted with so many crises simultaneously. What does it need to master the future?
Does it piss you off too why every time he begins a sentence he does this? The hell, Klaus?
I think to have a platform where all stakeholders of global society are engaged.
He's such a robot. Like, he has to long pause after each sentence. Okay, go and do a new sentence. Let's get the hands going.
We must master the future. Master the future. So mastering the future is now the top item on the to-do list at the World Economic Forum this year. That's the first clue. These people are not living the same life you are. By the end of this week, you hope to find some time to get an oil change or maybe pick up some dandruff shampoo at Rite Aid. At the World Economic Forum, they plan to master the future. That's the kind of people they are. How are they going to do it, by the way? Well, they're going to do it with John Kerry, who, despite physical appearances, is still alive.
By the way, just hats off to Tucker. Like, he's witty, he is funny. Despite physical appearances, John Kerry is still alive. I like a good middle finger in the face of tyrants.